I'm Kira Cleveland, and this is Human Intelligence. With my co host, Ned Hayes, we talk about the importance of human creativity in the age of AI. Welcome to the future.
Hey, Kira, welcome to another week.
Hey, Ned. Great to talk to you again.
So, I am really intrigued by something you're about to post that you haven't posted yet. That kind of opens the door on the adventure that you've undertaken with the Human Intelligence Institute. So, I'm really curious, like tell me what got you going on this and where your head is at.
Sure, absolutely. And, it was interesting. After I exited my last company, I started poking around at other, head of product positions and all of these different things. And I was amazed at how all of them are like, need AI expertise, for this role. Like already, it's
Yeah.
become kind of the standard requirement in product business. But what's interesting is a lot of the ways that these businesses are implementing AI feels very thrown together. It's not
Yes.
necessarily thought out in my opinion. It's more of a scramble to satiate like FOMO, right? And it's being thrown into chat bots, it's being thrown into, crunching some data. And while yes, data can be a beast, and so maybe it's helpful, I don't know that they've thought through on if it really has to be AI, but they
Mhm.
want the title in there, so it's getting shoved in however they can. And
Right.
as I was looking at this, I was kind of like, what is going on here? Like it became interesting to me. So I started looking more about the AI frenzy. And what was interesting is the more people that I talked with, especially in my world, the more torn I got about if I wanted to join this frenzy or not.
Right, right. Become an AI expert or don't. And yeah.
Yeah, and it just had me pause and kind of think about the motivation behind why AI is getting pushed so hard and the impacts that are already starting to show.
Mm.
So for me in my life, I have a lot of creative people. It's kind of they're my jam. They're my people. But amongst all of these creative people, there's so much concern. You have writers, who are writing books, and now there are books being published that are predominantly AI content. You have copywriters that have this beautiful way of distilling a message and creating something succinct, and
Mhm.
they're getting replaced with AI queries, or now with the generative AI, creative artists are also being faced with the question of what's the point of my art, and
Right, and that's kind of scary. Like you and I both know really creative people who are confused and frustrated and really fearful about being replaced, right?
indeed, and it broke my heart because these very talented people are wondering if there's space for them in the world, and some of them were already starting to abandon their creative efforts. And I'm somebody who values and appreciates human creativity so much, in the world, that the idea of that happening at a mass scale, I didn't sit well with me.
Hmm.
So I started looking for solutions and, what are ways that we can help? What is the point of human creativity, and is there value in protecting it? And that's when I came across you and a number of other creators, and the resounding voice was yes, like human creativity is vital. In many ways it's philosophical in that it feels like it's part of being human. We
Uh-huh.
need creativity and curiosity to really thrive in this world. So
I
that's
100% agree with you. And the way that our brains were totally aligned around this topic is part of why I was so happy to welcome you to this team because you got it. You got it out of the gate. You understood. I mean, you're a super creative person. You're a dancer. You're a jewelry maker. You have a community of creatives around you. And the fact that you understood their pain and understood the threat that they were under and were willing to create a solution around that is really inspiring, frankly.
I really appreciate that. And that's what drew me to the Human Intelligence, Institute, and this movement with the human creator logo. I loved the symbol was created by creators, the fact that 200 or more of them came together and was like, what is a symbol that is obviously human? Because there are people that are labeling AI. There's people that are, I think it's interesting that people are coming up with symbols that say not AI.
Yeah,
Because to me, the absurdity of it is then everything has AI in it, right?
right.
Either
Everything
it's
has the
AI,
word AI, right?
yeah. And it's like, wait, where's the human? Like, we're missing the human. It's that was something I really liked about the symbolism, within the certification mark that we developed, and the approach that we're taking to try
Mhm.
to protect human creators.
Right, it's foregrounding the human instead of foregrounding the AI or lack of AI. It's saying, let's put the human at the center of everything. Let's put a spotlight on human creativity and make the H matter, make human beings the center of the conversation again, right?
Absolutely. And, so what was really fun was in a world where I started getting a little torn and getting concerned about where the direction the world was going, I found a lot of passion for this project. And I'm one of those people where I follow the inspiration. That's part of why I'm a creative, right? So I follow the inspiration, and I saw this and I immediately was like, I want to run, And so I really am excited about the fact that we could link arms, you and I, and with so many others, and start running towards this solution. Just it's invigorating. So along those lines, I'm so proud of our team, and of the work that we've done, and the fact that we've launched humancreator.org officially out in the
Wow.
world. We have that first product, that first certification, to verify human creators, and we have human creative works in process, which is great. But I'm so excited for people to see this. I'm excited to start shouting it from the rooftops, because this is important work, and it's time. This is the time. Like, we're in the wave of chaos, and so it's time to ride the wave and uplift human creators.
Okay, well, on that inspiring note, we're going to end this week's Intro to the Week with that call to action from Kira to visit humancreator.org and experience the first certification for human creators. Thank you, Kira.
Thank you. Take care. You can find out more about any of these news items and hear the complete interview on the extended premium version of our podcast at humanintelligence.news. Today's episode was produced by Ned Hayes and engineered by Muhammad Adnan. Our analog-only human-themed music was created for the Human Intelligence podcast by Josh Pinkston of Nature and Spirit. This episode, and every episode, is brought to you by the Human Intelligence Institute team. That's all for Human Intelligence. Thanks for listening to today's episode. As always, this episode is available online at humanintelligence.news.